What's up, Jazzy Breeze? It's your girl Jasmine, and I'm back with another video. So for today, I wanted to get back into the videos that I love making the most, which is videos about college-based videos. When I started YouTube, I wanted to be an HBCU vlogger. I was influenced by Jayla Corian, and I just really wanted to be the next Jayla Corian. So that's what I'm working towards. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to get into every lane and aspect of YouTube, and so I want to get back to the root and what started it all. So today, if you're watching this video, then you're trying to get some tips on picking a school and what schools to look for and what schools to narrow your list down for when you're picking colleges to apply for. I came up with a few tips and things that you should think about when you are picking a college. If you guys want any more personal experience from my own about different things when it comes to picking colleges, ACT, SAT, anything like that, just let me know down below what you guys want from me. And also check my videos because I have a lot of videos about college already, so just check those out. And if I haven't answered a question, maybe ask me below, or maybe I can make a video about it. Just let me know down below. But let's get started on these tips on picking a college. Okay, so the first step in picking a college, you need to think about, are you open to out-of-state schools? So if your parents aren't down for you to go out of state, then they're just not okay with you going out of state. So you kind of need to make that decision if you're going to look at out-of-state schools or not. Me personally, I wanted to look at schools out of state because I just wasn't very interested in the schools that were in Florida. I just felt like, at the time, I wanted to experience new things and broaden my horizon. And my family was relocating into different areas, and so I just felt like maybe I should relocate and broaden my horizon. And so I decided I wanted to look at straight out-of-state schools. So once from there, you should pick PWI or HBCU. Or you can go in broad and pick both. Some people go for one more than the other because the criteria to get in those type of schools is pretty different. The criteria to get into a HBCU can be very different than the criteria to get into a PWI. So you need to make kind of a decision, or just kind of pick both and kind of make sure your grades and your SAT scores and your ACT scores and everything is in order to get into either one, if you want to go to either one. In my personal opinion, I only wanted to go to an HBCU. I visited PWIs and I just didn't feel at home. I didn't feel comfortable, and I just felt like it wasn't for me. So once I had my first visit at a PWI, not gonna say which one, I just decided that it wasn't for me. I didn't want to attend that school. I had my dream school for years. It just wasn't for me. So I decided that HBCU was the way to go. And then from there, there's like 4 or 5 HBCUs in Florida, but I did not want to attend any of them. At the time, at least. I didn't want to attend any of them. I just wasn't interested. They just weren't my cup of tea. So only option I had was out of state. Then from there, I said you should take a tour if possible. Definitely try and take a tour of whatever schools you're thinking about applying to. It makes sense to go and look at these places before you just go and put in an application. Try your hardest to go see them. I know a lot of schools, they might be somewhere that's super far away and you can't afford to go tour them. Do a virtual tour. There's plenty of videos on YouTube, on their websites, what have you, that should have a video of the campus if you can't actually take a tour. But I recommend actually getting a hands-on actual tour because you can kind of see the campus truly for what it is on any day of the week. See it for what it truly is. Get to actually meet people on campus. Get to see things in person and not from what a picture or a video is trying to show you, because you see what they want you to see. When you go onto the actual campus, anything can happen. You can run into anybody, and you get to really get to talk to those tour guides, and those tour guides, they might have a script of what to pretty much say, but you can get a vibe for them and what the school may be like from that tour guide. So I definitely think you should most likely take a tour of every school that you're trying to go to, every single school. But from there, I feel like you should think about what is important to you and what you want to get from a school. If it's important to you that your school has a 5 or 6 year program that gets you your master's while you're also attending to get your bachelor's, you should definitely make that a #1 priority. If you're looking for a school that is going to give you the resources you need to get into a college, and not get into a college, get a job after college, you should definitely look and see if they have programs where they like pretty much ensure you to have a position as soon as you graduate. You know what I mean? Make sure that your school has every priority that you need. Maybe you feel like you need a school that has just a certain type of club, or make sure your school has things that are important to you. If you think it's important that your school has certain values, make sure that those schools exhibit those values that you want them to. Just make sure that you make a priority list of what you want from the school, because you're giving them your money and your talent, so they got to give you something back. So just make sure that you list the priorities that you want for them to give you back. Then from there, make sure they have the major that you want. If you want a major in public relations and your school doesn't have a major in public relations, why would you go to that school? That doesn't make any sense. You need to make sure that the school has your major. You need to also look at its like curriculum guides and its course descriptions, making sure that you're gonna course descriptions are pretty much gonna tell you what you're gonna learn in that class. So look at the course description, see if it's something that you're interested in. If you don't know what you want to major in yet, do not worry. Like don't fret it. Just make sure that the school, that's another priority. Make sure that the school is in order to help you if you don't know what major you want to do. So make sure that the school has ways to help you pick a major, if that makes sense. I know A&T, we work very closely with the Center of Academic Excellence to try and help people who are undeclared majors and try and get them into areas to see where they want to major in and really push them to find what fits for them. And we make sure in them and career services work together to try and get students to know what they want to do, find their major, so they won't be behind because they went and changed their major 4 or 5 times. You know what I mean? They want to get you out and prepared. So make sure that's a priority if you don't know what you want your major to be. And again, if you don't know what you want to major in, do not worry about it. It's truly not going to be a problem in your freshman year because you're still trying to learn about yourself and find out about yourself. Oh, make sure to look at the prices and the tuition of that school. If money ain't a problem for you, go to every school you possibly can. But if money's an issue, or if you just want to make sure that you just want to look at the tuition and what you're going to be paying for. You know what I mean? You want to look and see what they're making you pay for, why they're making you pay for what, and how. You need to look at everything. You need to check the tuition to see, because some people's out of state is more in different places. Everybody's tuition is different depending on the school. So check the tuition, check out all of those things. Tuition, the fees, everything that is associated with it, the room and board, all of that. Make sure you check all those things. And then check on scholarships. They always have freshman scholarships, always. So make sure you're checking on in-school scholarships as well as outside scholarships. So try and find scholarships anywhere. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say scholarships are everywhere, because they're not, and they're not easy to get at all. I know this for a fact. So I'm not going to say that to you at all, because it was not easy for me to get scholarships. It really was not. Like, it was hard. It was very hard. It's not money everywhere. You know how people say that, oh, it's money everywhere. It's not money everywhere. It's not. There's nowhere near enough money at all. So make sure you're checking out scholarships within the school as well as outside of the school. I think I'm going to make a video specifically talking about places to look for scholarships. So be on the lookout for that video coming soon. Also, talk to your parents. See what they feel, where they feel like you should go. Try to talk to them. If you don't, maybe not your parents, your grandparents, somebody who you feel like you can trust, and someone who feels has your best interest at heart, and talk to them and see where they feel like you should look at and why, and just make sure it's for the right reasons and take it into consideration, because it could be a good choice for you. I had never heard of A&T before I applied. My parents told me to apply. I had never heard of A&T a day in my life. I really had not. And then I started looking up A&T, and I loved it. And I went and visited, and I loved it even more. So I definitely feel like you should take other people's consideration, take other people's opinions into consideration to an extent. And then what else? Try and talk to people who go to that school. All you gotta do is look on that school's hashtag on like Twitter or Instagram and like try and DM people or talk to people who are YouTubers at that school. I know it's plenty of people who will talk to you and tell you about the school and tell you yes or no if they feel like you should come here. I don't feel like, it's not a lot of people who are just going to be mean to you. Like, people want you to come to your school, or people want to help you out until you know don't come to my school. I don't feel like it's the best fit for you. So just try and reach out to people, strangers, people that you know, people that you went to high school with and they've already graduated and they go to a school that you're really, really interested in. Try and get in contact with those people. That's what I did. And it got me to understand where I really, really wanted to go. Okay, so I think those are all the tips I kind of have for picking a college and trying to make a list of what colleges to apply for. If I can think of some more, or if you feel like these aren't enough, just kind of comment. And if I can come up with some more, I'll try to for you. Or if you want me to elaborate on a few things, I can. I hope this isn't too short of a video, but it's really straight to the point. You need to make your list soon, because you got to get your application together, you got to get your recommendations together, you got to make sure that everything is in order so that you won't be wasting your time and putting your money into schools that you're not interested in, or wasting, because I know a lot of people get free application fees, like a certain amount. I think you get like 5. When I was in high school, you got like 5, I think. You don't want to waste your 5 on schools that you end up not wanting to go to, or don't have your major, or it's too expensive, or too far away, or whatever the case may be. So don't waste your time, your money, your energy, your effort on schools that aren't fitting your criteria. Make your criteria and get you a top 10 list, and then cut that list to 8, and then cut that list to 5, and then cut that list to 3, and then you need to go from those 3 and you need to work, well, no, I say work from your 5, and then after you've toured like your 5, pick 3 from those 5 tours, and then work your butt off for those 3 schools, because you don't need to like worry about 10 different schools. You know what I mean? If you can apply to all 10 of those schools, apply to all 10. And if you get into one and you get enough money from them, then do that. I applied to a lot of schools. I applied to so many schools. I was getting so many emails. Oh my gosh. I still get mail from Auburn University. Till this day, I still get mail from Auburn. Like, I don't even want to go to a PWI. I still get mail from Auburn trying to get me to come there. So don't put your effort into a lot of schools if you feel like that's what you want to do, but also make it a point to narrow your list down as soon as possible. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to become a Jazzy Boo and come to the family. And make sure you guys check out all my other videos. I'll have lots of videos on my channel, and you don't want to miss any of them. So go binge watch me. Go have a binge watch on my TV channel. Did you miss an episode? Because we need to get it together. You want Jasmine to send it to TV. Okay.